So first, let's make some bounded context over here. So let's take a look at the scenario. Scenario number one, a user uploads a file, and then whenever a file is uploaded, the location of the file is being indexed by the name of the file. And third, if the uploaded file is a video, the file is getting video streamed, which means it will bring the result of video stream service connection by a URL. And then when a file is uploaded and it is created as a video, the user who uploaded the file is getting notified. And fifth, which is the last, on the dashboard, the status of the uploaded file, which includes file size, file name, indexing status, upload status, and video URL made by the video stream, is getting displayed on this dashboard. So, based on this scenario, let's make some event storming model over here. So I'll put the project name, which is Google Drive, and then we have 5 bounded contexts, and this bounded context equals to the 1 unit of microservice. So we will make 5 units of microservices over here. I'll just put the bounded context over here and attach it on board. I think the board is too big, so let's just resize it. Yeah, this will be better. And I'll name each microservices, which is bounded context, by the name over here. So just put drive. Oh no, not drive. Dashboard would be placed over here. This would be drive. Indexer. Video processing. And for the last, notification. So we have made 5 different microservices over here, and then we need to make some events that would be happening in the Google Drive system. So I think we need 3 big events over here, which would be placed on drive and indexer and video processing over here. So after we place this event, let's name it. Look at the first scenario over here. It says user uploads a file, and the event would be the result of the action. So the result of uploading file would be file uploaded, right? So this would be great. For the indexer, the file would be indexed, so let's put file indexed over here. For the video, video processed will be fine. Okay, so we made these 3 events occurring by the action by the user or the system automatically. So I think events are done, and we need the action to make the result over here. These 2 blue and lilac colored stickers are being the action of the action for the events. The difference between these 2 are the command is the action held by the person, so it would be user in this case. And for the policy, this is the action occurring automatically by the system. So the scenario said user uploads a file, so uploading file is held by the user. So I think policy would not fit here, and the command would be great. So I'll name the command upload, and it needs a user. So here's a user, there's a statement over here. So as you look at this model, user uploads a file and the result file uploaded, the event is occurring. This would be great. And If the file is uploaded, then the scenario said the file is being indexed by the name of the file. So this is the action held by the system, not a human or user over here. So I'll put policy and index, and then when a file is a video, the file is getting video streamed, which means the video processed, this action would be held by the system as well. I'll just make it a little bit bigger so I can take a look at this text better. And then I'll put process video. Yeah. So here are the actions and the results. And to make this system work, this event should be the trigger of these two actions for this output here. So I'll draw a line connected to this policy and another line for this one. But this line seems great, but this line is not that legible, so I'll just make it a little bit different like this so we can see the line properly. And as for the arrangement here, we put event and then commands and policy. What would be the next? This one, aggregate. This aggregate is getting placed between every input and outputs. So I'll just place it here, here, and here. And I think we should make it a little bit higher, like this, and like this. Yeah, it looks better. So this aggregate has to get a name. So when you decide the name of the aggregate, you have to find the representative noun coming from the data created by this input and output. What would be the representative noun for the drive? In this case, I think file would be better. For this one, I'll just put index. And then for this one, video. Okay, so we made these three aggregates, and then look at the scenario. We need a notification, which would be the policy. So notify to user, and this policy will be happened after the file is uploaded. Okay, and then when the video is processed, it will be fine. And for the dashboard, we'll make the read model over here. Name it dashboard. So this would be the basic frame for this model we are making. And then we need some specific properties over here, and we have to define it. So let's try. Here is a key, the ID of the file, and then we'll need its name, and maybe the size of the file. Size would be long type size, and then maybe date for created time. This is necessary for the notification. And then it needs type because it has to define the type of the file. So if it's video type, it can process the video. And then, is it done? We have to make a notification to the user, so we should collect the user information too. So I'll just put user ID over here. I think this is done for this one. And for the index, here is also the key, the ID, and it should make the index by the name of the file. So I'll take the keywords of the file, and then maybe it needs the file ID. This would be the foreign key, and this file ID would be the ID from here. So I'll put this 3 here, and then for the video, it needs the URL, and also getting file ID by the foreign key here. So I made these 3 aggregates with the properties included. I think if we have keywords, it needs to be collected by a list. So click this pencil button over here and check the list and then save. It makes you to get the keywords as a list. And this dashboard also needs the attributes properties over here. So here are the information that the dashboard needs. So I'll take size, file size, long type, then file name, indexing status, maybe I'll name it is indexed, and it would be boolean. Another boolean type is uploaded, and then string video URL. I think these 6 properties would be great for this dashboard. And this file size equals the size of the file here, and file name also the name from the file. This URL comes from the video. I named this because the dashboard includes more than one microservice. It takes the information from Drive indexer and video processing, so I made the difference between this and this, or this and this, or this and this. So this name and file name is the same, but we have to make the difference to connect them and collect the correct information. So this was the reason, and it would prevent the overlapping problem when we make the code. So now the dashboard should show the status of uploaded files. So let's check if this dashboard can collect all necessary properties. It would take the information from here. The event should bring the information to the dashboard, but it has nothing over here. So I'll click sync attributes, and then the attributes coming from the file, this aggregate, is being copied to the event. So maybe I should just replace the stickers just a bit. Maybe like this. And for the other events, they should also give the information to the dashboard, so they all need the same properties as the aggregate connected. So I'll just click sync attributes for these two. So we matched all the properties from aggregate to event in order to give the proper information to the dashboard. So I think scenario number 1 to 4 is done now. And now let's give more details on this read model dashboard. If you scroll down here, it makes create, update, and delete. So these three helps us to collect data from these events. So when would be this dashboard created? Let's copy the data from the file when it is uploaded. So select file uploaded, and then I think the ID here should match ID here. Then size to the size, name to the name, and when the file is uploaded, this one should be true, but there's nothing here, so I'll select this one, which is typing yourself, so I'll put true and then add. So this would be the creating strategy for file uploaded, and we should make some updates. When the file is indexed, this is indexed would be true as well. And where the ID is file ID, and for the video processed, this video URL equals the URL here, and it should take the ID as a foreign key as well. So this would be great. So create, update when file indexed, update when video processed. These three strategies will collect the data from this model to the dashboard properly. I think the model is fine. Now everything's done for the model, and for the next step I'll commit this model to check if this system works properly. Bring your cursor over here and click on the code. So now let's get into the realization. Click this Git button, then create your repository at your GitHub account. It's now creating. Now it's done. So click this button to run IDE by Gitpod. So when you got access to this page, just ignore all these things, and this is your main terminal. Remember that, and then right click on this drive folder and then click on this open new terminal. Then let's put on the Spring service. Then right click on Kafka folder and open another terminal and put on Docker compose up. This helps you to provide service by Spring. As you see, there is a warning and it says broker may not be available, but when this process is done, yeah, it's now done, so you can run the service for the drive. And as you can see, there's a 8082. This port runs the Spring service for drive. And then get to the main terminal, and we have to install one file. It's called HTTPI. This HTTPI makes you to get access to the system by terminal. So let's look at the port 8082. As you can see, you can put in the files. So I'll make some new file upload. Name should be my favorite video, and the type is movie. Then the file we uploaded by terminal is now on the terminal. And then if you are on Windows PC, you have to get Control P, but on the Mac OS, Command P and then index.java. Get access to this file, and here is the indexing method we can make. So let's get into this by setting some file ID, and we should bring it from file uploaded method we made in this model. File uploaded dot get ID. This code means setting the file ID here with the ID from file uploaded over here as a foreign key. And then we should make keywords which we set as a list, and we'll get the name of the file and make it into the keyword by splitting them. So we made my favorite video. So with this code over here, then the keywords will be set by my favorite and video, these three keywords. So to check it out, right click on the indexer and then open another terminal and run Spring service. So the Spring server for indexer is up now, as you can see, 8083. Then let's check it out. 8083. Then you can find out in indices So, and then enter. As you can see, my favorite video, the 3 keywords, has been collected by Indexer. Well done. And then another command P, and then get to video.java. We need to make code for here as well, and process video. So for here, remember the scenario. If the download file is a video, the file is getting video streamed. So we made a file into type of movie. So if movie dot equals file uploaded dot get type. If the movie is the type of the file uploaded, then video also needs the file ID as the same from the index. So I'll just copy this over here, and then when the video file has been uploaded, we need to set URL. Let's say youtube.com/ and then add our own file's name after. .get name. I think it's done. So right click on this video processing and open another terminal, and again Maven Spring Boot run. So the Spring service for video processing is going up now. And when it's done, the new port number 8084 is running for video processing. So let's check it out. 8084/videos. And then, as you can see, the URL has been taken following the URL you set on the code, https youtube.com/files name, which we uploaded before, my favorite video. So we have figured out all the things coming out. So maybe this time let's get to the dashboard. But before that, I think there is some error coming out, so let's check it out. If you have the same problem, then just follow me and delete this code, then the error would be gone. So let's right click on dashboard and open the terminal. Again, Maven Spring Boot run. the dashboard is now running on port 8081. So let's check it out. 1/dashboards, and then it shows that things we made in the model: ID, size, name, index status, upload status, and video URL. File name is up here, and size we did not give the size for the file, so it comes out with null. And is it indexed? Yes, so it's true. Is it uploaded? Yes, so it's true. And the video URL we put in before is straightly coming into this dashboard as well. So we're done for the jobs we're going to run in the terminal. So let's go to the front-end service, which is the desktop browser service. For the progress, let's right click on the front-end folder and then open the terminal for it. For the first, before you run the front-end service, we have to install npm files. So this is the command to install them. When you finish this installation, the folder called node modules will come into this folder. So let's check it out. You see the node modules, and it's keep coming in as the installation continues. It takes a little time, so maybe you can do the other job. Yeah, it's done. So after we install the node module files, then we should run the service. But this is quite different from before because the command is different. Type in npm run serve. This is the command to run this service for front end, and as you see, port number 8080. This comes in, but it's not done yet because the front end service is showing through the gateway, so we should make the gateway to run as well. So open the terminal for gateway, and for the gateway we come back to Spring Boot run. The gateway is available on port 8088. Something's wrong here, so let's check it out. Source. If you have the same problem, follow this way. You see the router.js and router, then delete the file with no JS after. So delete this one and delete this one, and delete this one, PewDiePie. And index. Are there something more? No. So if you delete all these 4 files, which is unnecessary, then type in Control-C here so you can get back to the terminal and run the server again. Okay, it's done. So let's get access to our gateway by clicking this globe open browser button. If you get access to this button and go to front-end web page, you can see this application here. So if you get to the dashboard, you can see the file you uploaded and the things you should have in the dashboard. For the file, there's a file information, index, there's a keyword information for indexing the file, and video, you have got the URL. So let's take a little work from this web page. Click on this plus button and then make another file. Maybe my resume file. The size, let's just give it 1000. Time, I'm recording this video on this date. And for the type, I will not give it movie and just doc, which means document. User ID, skip it. Let's save the file. Then the new file has been made, and for my expectation, the file name is my resume file. So for the index, we'll have the 3 keywords, my resume file. Let's check it out. See, there are 3 keywords. Very nice. What about the video here? There's nothing. Why? Because we made the type for the file is doc, not movie, and we made the code here. If the movie is the type of the file, then we'll set the URL. So the type is document, which means video processing doesn't work. To check it out, let's make another video file. New video. Another 1000 for the size, and I'll put movie for the type. Skip the user ID and save the file. New video has made in beautiful keywords here. And then for the video, yay. The new video has its own URL in YouTube. Of course, it's not a real URL, but we just set the URL in this code, so it's done. And when you check it out in dashboard, there's no URL for the document file, and there's no file size because we did not give it on the first hand, so it's done. And if you want, you can just put in the code to get access to real files in your local storage, and maybe you can really upload your image file or movie file onto your dashboard. Thank you for watching.